It appears that they are finally out of the World Cup. Bangladesh refuses to play in India, citing security concerns. So now it appears that they've decided to, they won't play in India. Therefore, ICC has decided to drop them. So they're out of the World Cup, a major international sporting event that's staring at this uncertainty, and it's been on for a while now. And Bangladesh cricket, the ICC, and co-host nation India, all of them involved here. ICC T20 World Cup just weeks away. Bangladesh's participation was very doubtful, considering that they said they won't play in India because of security concerns. And ICC said India is safe, you have nothing to worry, you have to play. Bangladesh refusing, and now finally news coming in that Bangladesh is out. Earlier today in Dhaka, Bangladesh's youth and sports advisor Asif Nazrul made it quite clear that Dhaka's position has not changed, and they will not, no matter what ICC says. In fact, they were hoping for the ICC to make changes, that they would allot the games outside India, anywhere else. They actually pitched for Sri Lanka, but ICC refused. They said either you play in India or don't play at all. So Bangladesh cricket team refused, based on, of course, what the government said. And now it seems like they're out of the upcoming ICC World Cup. Big news there. Dhaka's position has been firm after meetings with the BCB president and CEO and several national team members. He said that since the security situation in India has not changed, there is no scope for the Bangladesh team to travel to India to play their World Cup match. Let's listen in Asif Nazrul, who spoke a little earlier.
স্বভাবতই আমরা সবাই চেয়েছি আমরা যেন বিশ্বকাপ ক্রিকেট খেলতে পারি, আমরা যেন টি20 বিশ্বকাপ খেলতে পারি, কারণ আমাদের ক্রিকেটাররা এটা কষ্ট করে অ্যাচিভ করেছে। কিন্তু আমাদের যে নিরাপত্তা ঝুঁকি ভারতে খেলার ক্ষেত্রে, সেই নিরাপত্তা ঝুঁকি পরিস্থিতির কোনো পরিবর্তন ঘটে নাই। ফলে আমাদের ডিসিশন পরিবর্তন হওয়ার কোনো রকম স্কোপ নাই। আমরা এখনও আশা করব, আমরা মনে করি আমরা আইসিসি থেকে সুবিচার পাই নাই, আমরা এখনও আশা করব আইসিসি সুবিচার করবে। আমাদের যে বিশ্বকাপ খেলার যে অধিকার, যেটা শ্রীলঙ্কাতে আমাদের খেলার সুযোগ রয়েছে।
Well, there you have it, a clear message there. The sports chief saying that there is no change in our stance. Our team is ready, and we still hope that the ICC changes its mind. We want the ICC to take our genuine security risk. Our players are not safe, and we want our players to play in Sri Lanka instead of India. There's no opportunity to change our position now, and we're not going to play in India. That's clear from the Bangladesh cricket board. And now we have news coming in that ICC has decided to drop Bangladesh from the upcoming T20 World Cup altogether. Now, the tournament co-hosted by India and Sri Lanka is right at the doorstep, just barely weeks away, and Bangladesh, we believe, has pulled out entirely. The original deadline for Bangladesh to confirm participation was literally yesterday, and yeah, since then to now, it seems like the ICC was stern on its stand, and so was Bangladesh. And finally, since the ICC did not budge and has not granted Bangladesh that leeway, it seems like Bangladesh has decided to withdraw. ICC board meeting also was held via video conference, where Bangladesh's request to move matches out of India was rejected. Multiple meetings and conversations that they've had, ICC and the BCB, but none of them came through. In fact, the vote was 14-2 against Bangladesh's request, with Pakistan being the only board to support Bangladesh. ICC's position is quite clear. It has stated that there is no credible security threat to Bangladeshi players in India. Absolutely not. And that matches in Kolkata and Mumbai will go ahead as per schedule. If Bangladesh does not agree, then we will drop them and probably replace them with Scotland. That was also what was discussed. But here it seems like Bangladesh now has made it clear they've withdrawn. They said we won't play at all. The trigger appears, of course, to recent political and cricketing tensions between India and Bangladesh. First, it was Bangladesh pacer Mustafizur Rahman, who was removed from the Kolkata Knight Riders squad for the upcoming IPL, reportedly on the BCCI's instructions, shortly after the BCB cited security concerns. In fact, once Mustafizur Rahman was dropped from IPL after much of the outrage, and the outrage from India was because many citizens were upset that Kolkata Knight Riders roped in a Bangladeshi, and there were killings of Hindus on the rise in Bangladesh at that point. So Indians were very upset, and so BCCI decided to drop him. And after that came Bangladesh's response that we will not play in India because they feel threatened. Bangladesh proposed swapping places with Ireland in Group B, which would have allowed them to play all group stage matches in Sri Lanka alongside Australia, Oman and Zimbabwe. That proposal too was rejected. And also in this mix, as we see, while politics and this bitterness brewing between India and Bangladesh, we also saw Sheikh Hasina's explosive claim that came earlier today. She launched a very sharp attack. Remember, one thing that Bangladesh is very bitter about is that India is protecting Sheikh Hasina, their former ousted prime minister. She's right now taking shelter and safe haven in India. And here, while she sits in India, she has sent out an audio message in an exclusive that News9 has accessed, where she's given a direct challenge to Chief Advisor Mohammad Yunus of Bangladesh, of the interim government, saying that if you really have the guts, fight an election with me. 50% of Bangladesh still supports me and the Awami League. If you really have the guts and you really want to know the public feelings and opinions, then fight an election, any constituency. I challenge you, fight an election with me. We'll see who wins. This is Sheikh Hasina who spoke.
এটা কোনো নির্বাচন হচ্ছে না, এটা নির্বাচনের একটা খেলা। এখান থেকে কোনো জনগণের ম্যান্ডেট আসবে না। নির্বাচন নামে একটা প্রহসন হচ্ছে, যেখানে আওয়ামী লীগ অংশগ্রহণ করতে পারে না। সেটাকে আবার নির্বাচন কিসের? অন্তত 50% ভোটারের আমাদের পক্ষে। আজকে আমাদের নির্বাচন করতে দেবে না কেন? আমি ইউনূসকে আহ্বান করি, আসেন আমার সাথে নির্বাচন করেন, যে কোনো কনস্টিটুয়েন্সিতে আসেন, দেখি কে জিতে, কাকে জনগণ ভোট দেয়, তখন না বুঝতে পারবো। সেটা তো করতে পারবে না, সে সাহস নাই।
Well, there you have it. Bangladesh now, it seems like this is one of the reasons to why they are not going, they don't want to play in India. They've withdrawn because of this kind of politics that's still brewing. One of their most hated person, Sheikh Hasina, is taking safe haven in India. Of course, India had great equations with the Awami League. Bangladesh now withdraws. Bangladesh stands to lose around $300,000 in participation fees for the group stage alone, with far greater losses if they had advanced further. Under the ICC's member participation agreement, withdrawing after committing to a global tournament can invite financial penalties as well. Their annual revenue share of roughly $20 million under 2024-27 cycle could take a big hit. There are sporting consequences. Bangladesh would lose ranking points, which determine automatic qualification for future World Cups, and the Champions Trophy, potentially forcing them into qualifier tournaments against lower ranked associate nations. They could also lose the right to host future ICC events, hurting sponsorships and international credibility. And diplomatically, the fallout could be severe. Pulling out of a tournament hosted by India could badly damage the BCB and the BCCI's relationship, with the risk that India may refuse bilateral series with Bangladesh in the future. A section of players in Bangladesh are not happy either with this decision, and the Bangladesh Cricket Board says it is still hopeful, but seems like that opportunity is gone. They've withdrawn. Let me quickly bring in Sanjay Sahai, former senior IPS officer, and Mahavir Rawat, sports journalist. I apologize, I have barely a minute each. Mahavir, a quick word from you on what do you think has happened here. We've just got news that Bangladesh has pulled out.
I'm sorry, Nabila, but if you just have 1 minute each, I think you should give to a senior person who is there on the panel, and I would request you to take his point of view, because whatever we had to say, you had already said in your introduction and everything. So I don't have anything to add to whatever you
What,
had
as
to
a
say.
sports journalist? I will come to Sister Sahai. As a sports journalist, come on.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
I would request Mr. Sahai to take this conversation forward.
Okay, Mr. Sahai, your take on this. What kind of security threat? Bangladesh is just acting on ego, I see.
See, basically the whole thing started with Mustafizur Rahman's case. And there, to best of my understanding, we have reacted in a manner we did. And that does not correspond to basic sporting norms and variety of other things. Taking a cue from that, Bangladesh decided in their own way that there is a threat, security threat to their players and the officials, sports officials who will be accompanying. How far it was misjudged is left to anybody's understanding, because the ICC had a layered sort of a discussion with BCB, and they went even to the extent of specific venue, specific measures, and also coordination between the federal and the state agencies. It is also told over and over again by the BCCB that the security concern was not based on abstract analysis. But unfortunately, when the discussions went on, Bangladesh has not been able to prove that there is a generic issue of security both in Calcutta and in Mumbai where they were scheduled to play these matches, and the recent past has not given us any iota of security concern for players. So primarily it is geopolitics which is playing out in full swing. Sheikh Hasina on one side and whatever we did with the Rahman case. So I think both combined, it has become a huge ego hassle, and they are ready to let go a sporting opportunity, which will certainly hit them in a very, very big way, both on the sporting part and also on the economics part of it. As far as India is concerned and the ICC is concerned, first we take ICC. ICC is very, very clear that there is no precedent of this nature, and coming up with a decision based on some whims and fancies, it does not
So,
go
Mr.
well.
Sahai,
And
just a question. There were people of the Bajrang Dal who threatened when Mustafizur was roped in. They said, let us see how he'll even step outside of the airport. So it's not like it's entirely unfounded. There were claims that were made by some of the Bajrang Dal right-wing extremists.
I'm not saying that it was unfounded or it was founded. What I'm saying is that it is the extrapolation of the security concern. And ICC has gone to depths to understand the security concern and
they
was
found
ready
no
to
threat.
provide a layered protection. It was also ready to understand the exact nature of security which they required, and it was also ready to bring in federal and the state agencies together in both Calcutta and in Mumbai and wherever the matches were supposed to be held. But by that time, we had already reached the breaking point. I think the whole discussion which has transpired in last week, 10 days, I think it was primarily futile because the stands were very, very clear. ICC under no circumstance could take this stance, keeping the future in mind. And the BCB in its own judgment and whatever they felt of India, both in the Rahman's case and you were talking about a couple of incidents with right-wing organizations and whatever treatment we have given to Sheikh Hasina, they are convinced of the fact that it does not make that nature of a cricketing sportsmanship to go on when this nature of diplomatic and geopolitical relations and strained relations which we have there. And there is no denying the fact that whatever is happening to the minority community in Bangladesh has also added to the fuel to the fire, rightly or wrongly.
Okay. Mahavir, your turn.
No, I still won't go at it because there are. I just switched off mentally. So I will because whatever you said, I mean, I just don't want to get into it. I totally don't agree to what Mr. Sahai has to say, but at the same time, I would just keep my comments for another day we meet on a show. When we have plenty of time to discuss.
Okay. I get you and I understand, and a loss for Bangladesh only. What else? They're going to lose out a lot on money, if anything. Thanks very much, both of you, for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you.